Hi everybody, this is Jennifer and welcome to my channel where I talk about books, music, movies, and anything else that takes my fancy. Today I am doing part 2 of my vinyl collection. Part 1 should have gone up last week, so you can check that out. And I will, well, if I remember, I will link it in the description box below. So let's go ahead and get started because there's a lot going on here. I'm going to start off with songs by Tom Lehrer. If you don't know who Tom Lehrer is, you should look him up because he's awesome. Yeah, he's really funny and he does really good songs. Next up is a soundtrack. I don't have the sleeve thing, jacket or whatever. And you can't really see what this is, except it is the motion picture soundtrack of Pretty in Pink, featuring Psychedelic Furs doing Pretty in Pink. This also has a lot of other good songs on it too. But I do not want to get into those because we don't want this video to take all night long. Alright, so, well, all day long, because it's in the day. So we are up to my Billy Joel collection. There are 3 of them. I have An Innocent Man that has The Longest Time on it, Tell Her About It, Uptown Girl, Leave a Tender Moment Alone, and Keeping the Faith, all of which I really like. We also have, put this over on this side, so keep them all separate. The Stranger, which is good from front to back, from top to bottom. This is a really good album. It's got Moving Out, Anthony's song, The Stranger, which is excellent, Just the Way You Are, Scenes from an Italian Restaurant, Vienna, The Good Die Young, She's Always a Woman, Get It Right the First Time, and Everybody Has a Dream. This is an excellent album from start to finish. This is Glass Houses, also by Billy Joel. Yeah, You May Be Right, which is an excellent song, is on there. Don't Ask Me Why, It's Still Rock and Roll to Me. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know any of the songs on the second side, but the ones I said were still very good. Next up, we're starting with my Elton John. That is, we have Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, which is excellent. These are all excellent, or I wouldn't have them. However, if I say that, just ignore me. We have Greatest Hits. So good. Greatest Hits Volume 2. Yay. Alright, so next up we have Carole King, Tapestry. Excellent, excellent, excellent video. If something happened there, some screen popped up asking me to select a wireless network. I don't know what that was. But if nothing happened, just ignore what I just said. Yeah, so I have Tapestry by Carole King. This is a very good album. And it's one of the major ones of, you know, rock and all. Madonna. It's her first, I think. Let's see. Nah, well, is it her first one? I don't know for sure. It's got Lucky Star, Borderline, Burning Up, Holiday, all kinds of good stuff. It doesn't have like a Virgin on it. And I don't know if that was her first one or not, but whatever. This is definitely not her first album. This is True Blue. It's got Papa Don't Preach, Open Your Heart, Live to Tell, True Blue. La Isla Bonita is my favorite Madonna song of all time. And it is on here. And I love it. Richard Marx with the mullet. Oh, I love this dude. I love this dude. Alright, Should Have Known Better is the first song on the album, and it's my favorite Richard Marx song. Next up we have Anna and Kate McGarrigle. Yeah, they do folk music, and they're sisters. Next up we have Faith by George Michael. I quite love this one. Faith, Father Figure, I Want Your Sex, One More Try, Hand to Mouth, Kissing a Fool, I love so much. I love that song. Alright, now we're back into more Jennifer dorky music lover. Anne Murray's Greatest Hits. Canadian. Shanta's. It's got Snowbird. It's got Danny's Song. It's got I Just Fall in Love Again, which is really good. I like that one. And Could I Have This Dance, which I'm pretty sure was on the Urban Cowboy soundtrack. So I just love stuff from the 80s and 70s. I also love this album that's coming up. This is Stardust by Willie Nelson. Excellent. Excellent album of standards by Willie Nelson. My sister has a copy of The Redheaded Stranger, and that's the one I want. That's one that I also want. I want this one. Next up we have Charlie Parker, Volume 3. We have the same last name, therefore I must love him. And I do. Next up we have Poison, Open Up and Say Ah. It's got Love on the Rocks, Nothing But a Good Time. I love that one. Yep. Fallen Angel. Fallen Angel is such a good one. Every Rose Has Its Thorn, Your Mama Don't Dance. A lot of good stuff from Poison on this one. We have Lionel Richie, Can't Slow Down, which I think I got from my grandfather. I don't know how he got it. I don't think he liked it. But it's got Penny Lover, All Night Long, Stuck on You, Love Will Find a Way, which is a song that I really like. Yeah, it's very good. Next up is one of my other treasures. It's Marty Robbins. Marty. Yeah. He was a country singer from the 50s to the his last single was in the 1980s, and then he died, I think, of heart trouble or whatever. But I love Marty Robbins to no end. He seriously has he had the best voice in country music. It was so smooth and it was wonderful, and I loved it. So next up, we have Linda Ronstadt's Greatest Hits. This one's really good. Let's see. It's got You're No Good, Desperado, That'll Be the Day, Long, Long Time, which is heartbreaking. That song is heartbreaking. If you ever get the chance, you should listen to it. It's got different drum, which she did with Stone Pony back in the day, which I love, because it sounds at the beginning like it's a love song. It is not a love song. Listen to the lyrics. Yeah, When Will I Be Loved? Anyway, this has a whole bunch of good songs, and Linda Ronstadt is an excellent singer. Does it have Blue Bayou? No, it doesn't, but it has Tracks of My Tears, which she does really well. Next up is Miss Diana Ross's Greatest Hits. It's so good. Another Greatest Hits, we have Seals and Crofts. Yeah. Some nice 70s stuff going on here. Something more modern, we have the first album by Shovels and Rope, Oh Be Joyful. Shovels and Rope is an excellent, excellent band, and I highly recommend them. And this album, I feel like, is their best, and it's also my favorite. Next up, we have another best of. It's Carly Simon. We have Simon and Garfunkel, Bridge Over Troubled Waters. And then we have the album that made a cameo in Almost Famous by Cameron Crowe, Bookends. See, they're on pot. I love that movie. Anyway, and I love, what's her name, Frances McDormand in that movie. She's excellent. And I love this album, especially America. America is an excellent song. It's also got Mrs. Robinson on there, but I think America is the best song on that album. Next up, we have another Greatest Hits, which is Sly and the Family Stone. It's all good. I Want to Take You Higher, Everybody is a Star, Dance to the Music, all their good stuff. This is a weird one because I got it from somebody, from my cousin's husband's dad. He was just getting rid of albums. And this by this band Spirit, 12 Dreams of Dr. Sardonicus. It's clearly a concept album. And I've listened to it all the way through. It's pretty good. But I had never heard of it until then. Next up, another Greatest Hits, which is Dusty Springfield, Golden Hits. So good. You Don't Have to Say You Love Me, which is probably her most well-known song. I love her version of Son of a Preacher Man. It's really good. Next up we have another greatest hits. It's Steely Dan Gold. I had to get this one because it's the only compilation of theirs I could find that had Deacon Blues on there, and if it doesn't have Deacon Blues, it's not a greatest hits for Steely Dan that I'm interested in listening to, which is good. Next up we have Breakfast in America by Supertramp, which I really like. The Logical Song, which is really good, and Goodbye Stranger, and Take the Long Way Home. It has all their songs on it that I like, so I had to have that. We've got another Superstar series of Diana Ross and Supremes. It's Diana Ross' second appearance on this particular one. Stop in the Name of Love. Oh, it's so good. Next up we have another greatest hits. This one by James Taylor. There it is right there. We have a self-titled, maybe the first album, I'm not sure, but it is Van Halen. It's got, let's see, Janie's Crying, You Really Got Me, On Fire, Running with the Devil, which I love. Yeah. Ain't Talking About Love, which is also really good. And Ice Cream Man, which is not the same as the Ice Cream Man that Tom Waits does, but there you go. Okay, this is one of my very special ones, and it is for people who like weird stuff from the 80s, because this is a album that contains a one-hit wonder from a 1980s soap opera star, a man by the name of Mr. Jack Wagner, All I Need. This is the single album. It's not a whole album. Well, maybe, I don't know, it could be. It's got 3 songs in the front and 2 in the back. I don't know. Glenn Ballard, who did Alanis Morissette's first album, is on this album, doing like drums, I think. Oh, and it's also produced by Glenn Ballard. All right, so next up we have something very special, very, very, very special. It is Poses by Rufus Wainwright. Oh, I love this album so much, and the title song, Poses, is his best song, in my opinion. But it's got so much good stuff, like California, Grey Gardens, One Man Guy, yeah. And Cigarettes and Chocolate Milk, which I love. But Poses is the pièce de résistance on this album. Yep. Next up is the most, it's what I feel is the most valuable item in my collection. I got it for Christmas. So it's Closing Time by Tom Waits. It's his first album. It's not a reprint, I do not believe. But it's certain, I think it's one of the original pressings. But yeah, I just listened to this album again recently, and I love Tom Waits so much, and this is one of my favorite albums of his, and I have it, and it's not like it's not a repressing, it's not anything like that. It's one of the best things I own. Next up we have, this is a reprint though, and Beware, hold on, wait, there's boobies on here. It's Small Change by Tom Waits. He's covered up with stripper. Anyway, she's got like pasties on, but still, I don't want YouTube to ding me. Anyway, so yeah, Small Change, got rained on by his own 48. It's good album. Oh, every song on this album is excellent. But my favorite, I think, must be I Wish I Was in New Orleans, because I always wish I was in New Orleans. And then I have another new pressing. This is Tom Waits again, The Heart of Saturday Night, which has Shiver Me Timbers on here, which I love. But it starts with A New Coat of Paint, which I love too. Anyway, if it's Tom Waits, you can be pretty sure I love it. Next up we have Honky Tonkin' by Hank Williams. It's got Jambalaya on the Bayou, Honky Tonk Blues, I'll Never Get Out of This World Live, Honky Tonkin', Howlin' at the Moon. Howlin' at the Moon is one of my favorites, I think. Yeah. And My Bucket's Got a Hole in It, and Mind Your Own Business, which I also like. Alright, so only 2 more left to go. I know it's been a bit of a thing. I probably should have cut it in 3, but I'm not going to do that. We have Hank Snow. Hank Wilson's Back, Volume 1. I don't really know what this is. Anyway. And then we have Groovin' by the Young Rascals, which is 60s album, and it's got the song Groovin' on it. I don't think I think this is one of the ones I got for free. Anyway, it's from 1967. Alright, you guys, that is all the vinyl I own. Yeah. I got some really good stuff, I think. Yeah. So, if you have any comments to make, there's a comment section down below. Feel free to like, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And thank you for stopping by. See you again soon. Bye.